Let's bring in our first guest, Robert Thompson, Georgetown Law. Good noon to you, sir. Thank you so much for being with us on short notice.
You're welcome.
When you look at this, and when you look at 14 counts, what's the story here? Guilty or the level of guilty across each count?
It's a big win for the government, winning all 14 counts on a very high-profile case. So it makes a strong statement that insider trading will lead to adverse consequences.
You are one of the nation's experts on securities law. When I say his attorney says they will appeal, what does that mean to you? How do you appeal a case of 14 guilty verdicts?
They have to appeal on the law. The jury's found the facts, and they have to assert that the law doesn't permit conviction. It'll be an uphill battle from what the trial has shown.
When you look, Professor Thompson, at your study of insider trading, which goes back across a wide set of publications, I go back to 1999 and a debate you had on Henry Mann and on the insider trading of 10 years ago. Is insider trading now going to be new from your scholarly work of decades ago?
This is applying insider trading doctrine that's been settled for 10 or 15 years since the O'Hagan case by the Supreme Court in the 90s. But this is just a very high profile. This is the biggest insider trading case since Irvin Boesky, Michael Milken in the late 80s. This gives street cred to a very high profile insider trading, and it's going to be it's going to get the attention of the people on the street.
One of the distinctions in my reading on this, Professor, is there's the idea of research, and you do your research and you use every source you have available, but then there was an extra effort here to gain information. Clearly the jury felt it was an illegal effort. How will this change how hedge funds mix their actual published research efforts with their ability to gain the edge in information?
This will dampen their efforts somewhat. To be an insider trading violation, there has to be a breach of fiduciary duty. So when the person talks to you, there has to be a breach of duty by that person. And so the focus is going to be on, did your source breach a duty? That's hard to prove, but what they had here was the tapes, and what this shows is that tapes beats the research defense.
Right. Will this change how business gets done on Wall Street? And I mean that in the sense, I'm running money, or whatever it is, a hedge fund, wherever. Do I continue here? Do I move abroad? Do I have to tomorrow rejigger how I find information? I'm obviously not going to use a telephone, am I?
You're going to be a lot more worried about using the telephone, and so there will be an effort to find other methods, personal contact, but information is the core of the realm. Information is still what hedge funds depend upon to gin their trading strategy. So there's not going to be an end of hedge funds seeking information, but they will have to be more cautious than they have been. That again, the big message from this case is that you are vulnerable when they're tapes, telephone tapes of your conversations.
When you look, Professor Thompson, at the industry and the simplicity of analysis of insider trading, if I look at the ethics section of the CFA program, full disclosure, folks, I'm a member of the CFA Institute, but when you look at their ethics structure, how will that change in the next, say, 24 or 36 months after this case, assuming they lose appeal?
The insiders have to be aware that they can't tip inside material information. They will have to be aware of the possibility of breach of fiduciary duty in a much more obvious way than they were before.
And there's Robert Thompson, folks, from Georgetown University. We really appreciate him coming on, literally on very, very short notice after 14 counts. Just stunning. Every count, 14 counts. And, of course, the attorney on appeal. Bloomberg Television, much more on this through the afternoon. We're going to get back to our normal programming here. Terry Belton will join us on derivatives, on inflation, and on economics. It's Surveillance Midday.